As anything that might offend any individuals, families, organizations, races, creeds, religious groups, states, countries, or planets, please know that from the bottom of her heart, Miss Rivers would like to say that
Just lighten the up. These are just jokes, you assholes. Okay, let's do the show.
In the year of our Lord 2020, where things go from bad to worse to I wish I were dead, the greatest YouTube comeback story has come to an end. Susan has assassinated Leafy. She got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to suplex this motherfucker right out of the YouTube headquarters window. And I'm not saying shit, because when Leafy flew out the window, Susan looked at me. Leafy getting banned comes as no surprise, but you're still surprised they did it, you know? Leafy got Epstein. We all know who's behind it. But if you say it out loud, you might wake up a victim of surprise suicide. Do I think Pokey's more militant fans played a part in all of this? Yes. From the shit they've put me through, totally yes. They must have reported Leafy like he was smuggling guns to Cuba under the FBI's nose. Still, why the hell don't I have a suit? For stuff like this. This is serious business. I need to look like the legal eagle. Alright, number one, YouTube's TOS. It's absolute trash. Thanks, Carlos Maza. After YouTube bent itself into shapes trying to bend its knee to Carlos Maza's demands by militarizing Gay Pride Month against YouTube because he hated Crowder. Nothing says love and tolerance like deplatforming someone. Yas, queen. The irony is, Crowder's channel is remonetized, so Maza succeeded in absolutely nothing but making YouTube worse for the average person or comedian. He's also now on YouTube because no one will hire him as a journalist.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Anyway, back to the subject at hand. The Maza thing is a tale for another time. Most social media platforms have a grandfathered in clause. So if you make media before the TOS change, companies leave you alone. Oh, well, that was before the TOS change because it was in line with the TOS at the time. Makes perfect sense. It's almost like getting upset with stuff that happened in the 1940s. You know, like all those people on Twitter. Oh my God, Gone with the Wind is so problematic. Like, bitch, it was made like 50, 60, 70 years ago. Who cares now? But this new generation wants everything to change and completely erase the past. Not YouTube, though. YouTube changes the TOS and fists content creators without lube. You better run in there and make sure your old content is in line with our new rules or else. I highly doubt Leafy bothered to hide his old videos. YouTube nailed him on that, because most of his Pokey videos weren't even about Pokey. See the theme here? So they nabbed him on something else. It's pretty much like chumped up charges. A cop pulls you over for a broken taillight and then catches you with a bit of weed in your pocket. Oh, looks like somebody's got more bounce than an ounce. You're coming with me. Number two, you don't Ethan. This is my Theo theory. At the end of the Pokey video Leafy did, there was a whole 3D animation scene about H3H3. Stu, can we play the scene? Can we even show this? I don't know what the line is anymore of YouTube, Stu. The line is wherever they put it. 1 minute, you're not over the line. The next, you're right behind it.
People saying, "Oh, Leafy, come back." I would love to see Leafy come back and try to exist in the landscape today. Like the content that he was making would never fly on YouTube today.
The video was fairly funny in my opinion, and made a point of making fun of H3H3 for saying, "I'd love to see Leafy try and exist in today's current YouTube landscape," which he was doing. I mean, he came back and seemed like he made like the full Phoenix Arisen sort of comeback, you know, it was like Michael Jordan returns to the Bulls sort of thing. And then boom, after that video went up, Leafy's done. Leafy's gone. Leafy woke up and he was over with. He was assassinated. I don't know what it is with H3H3, but if you piss them off on YouTube, you get hammered. Even during the H3H3 Keem brief, which was going on at the same time with my beef with Pokey, it was like the 90s East Coast, West Coast rapper beef that was going on, except it was a whole lot gayer and I didn't die from gunshot wounds in Las Vegas. Anyway, while H3H3 and Keem went at each other like two rabid dogs, Some people even theorized that it was all a big staged event for a boxing match, but obviously that theory didn't come to fruition because they didn't box. But I would have paid to have seen it. I would have definitely paid. Probably would have put my money on Keem. Anyway, at least Keem runs through the fucking forest. Like I've seen videos of Keem just running through the fucking woods like a gnome. Ethan, you see him like laying on a bed and saying Papa bless. Anyway, Keem lost G Fuel, H3H3 lost Old Spice. Then YouTube bitch slapped Keemstar and made him apologize, then they sent him to his room without YouTube monetization for a whole week. And that was that pretty much. I just find it odd. Leafy goes down without any warnings after an animated video on H3H3. I'm guessing they must have been like, they turned Ela into a horse, he's crossed the line, it's over. But what do I know, Bobby? I'm just a garbage man. But all jokes aside, and the attempted scripted content, let's be real here. What happened to Leafy was unjust. It's weird how the hyper-liberals seem to be very for fascist tactics when you think about it. Oh, you didn't say what I'd like you to say, you have to go. Honestly, being a content creator that's considered edgy on YouTube in this day and age is a lot like being a Jew trying to survive the Holocaust. And you know I'm right. You can hate me, but it doesn't mean I'm not speaking the truth. This is unfair. It's unjust. Who is the arbiter of what is comedy and what is satire? Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that it nullifies satire nor nuance. How come these things seem to be lost in today's generation for the guise of safety? Who was it, Benjamin Franklin, that said those who would trade their freedom for safety deserve neither freedom nor safety? And we live in such a world. Call me crazy, but for God's sakes, creativity cannot live in stifling environments. Mother of God, chaos is the breeder of content, of art, of music. Safety is not. As Chris Rock once said, pressure creates diamonds, not hugs. All right? David Bowie and Freddie Mercury wrote under pressure. They didn't write in a safe space environment, for God's sakes. But what are you gonna do? It's the new world order. Welcome to it. Storyfire, could we let me put up videos now? I've been waiting for 2 months, for God's sakes. I like to do some content where I don't have to fear a hammer being laid down on me. Do you know how hard it is to actually make jokes and then have to censor yourself in real time when all of your stuff is improv? I spent my whole life doing improv. Now I have to do improv and then send it to a fucking editor. All right, I'm over the edge. This is why we should stay to the scripted content. There's a whole lot less cursing. Stu, could you bring me some hot water? I'm going to talk like George Takei. Get me out of here, dude. Displate contacted me a little while ago and wanted to know if I knew anything about their company and if I was willing to represent them in a sponsorship. I said, of course I know who you are. I have tons of Displates, and I will do it if you send me free Displates. As you can tell, I'm a master negotiator. Displates are high-quality metal prints that can be mounted on your wall using magnets with no additional tools. Even if your walls suck like mine, which you could tell by looking at my walls, they're not great. By the way, if you use the link in the description, save up to 37% if you buy 5 or more Displates with my promo code in the description. Pretty good savings, and on top of that, it supports the channel. God bless you and Displate. The discount is valid between the 26th of August and the 30th, so you got 4 days to make big moves, baby. By the way, did you know that every Displate you buy is money put towards planting trees in Africa? There's nothing but good that comes from this. You get a cool Displate, I might get 5 cents. You plant a tree in Tanzania, you're a philanthropist, and all you did was pick up some of your favorite Displates. It's just so hard to live with this many wins. You could literally tell a woman that you do good things and it wouldn't be a lie. Ah, yes, I'm a humanitarian. I buy Displates.